And we're back once again after a little vacation for Matthew anyway. How you doing, mate?
The viewers wouldn't have thought it was a vacation because I've had a video every single other day.
Of your mug, yeah. They probably missed me.
And us. We had a tier list. WWE asked the tier list to go out on the Wednesday. That was before the cut, so before anyone starts moaning, going, you've included people that have been cut. We did it. We recorded that in August, so it was that we can't see into the future.
We might have to do like a little thing in the beginning. Like,
I don't know.
Did you do it? Yeah.
I put it in the comments section, but the description as well, and all over Twitter and stuff. So
a little banner or something maybe in the bottom of the video.
But no, I'm all good, mate. Home from Benner's. I've been to Benidorm. Absolutely loved it. You're shaking your head. I don't know why. It's a holiday. I've enjoyed myself. I've absolutely loved it. It's been nice and chilled. Not worried about anything. I'm all happy. Apart from going back to work tomorrow, but AO. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share so I can become famous on this and not work anymore. And do this for a living. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. I've had a week off as well from work. Looking after the wife. Just had an operation, so I've been playing nurse.
I can't imagine you in a nurse's outfit.
Well, I've already took it off this morning, mate.
That's fine. I'm glad because I didn't want to see that.
Yeah, it's just sitting on the side ready to get put back on once we're finished. But yeah, took my nurse's outfit off this morning.
Nurse John.
Really short skirt.
Don't please, you'll make me sick.
Get the cutting tool out of the way. My balls hang out the bottom of it.
I'm going to sort that out.
Oh, you've missed me.
Yeah. Anyway, I've missed recording. I'm not going to lie; it's the one thing I've missed because it's the one getaway I talk about wrestling and why I've been away. There's been a lot of stuff happen, so we're going to talk about a few things that have happened. NXT No Mercy was last night as well, which was absolutely amazing. I watched it this morning. Wrestle Dreams tonight, so we'll do predictions on that if you want to do that.
I have. Yeah, so I'm just going to say I haven't watched anything on wrestling this week because, like I said, I've been looking after the wife and I've been playing FIFA.
Thought you weren't buying it this year.
I always say I don't buy it, but this year I've been watching a lot of videos and stuff and it sort of caught my attention, so yeah, I bought it.
It's pissing me off. It's winding me up. The defending's harder than last year.
Yeah, defending's annoying, but I'm a big boy. I understand people are better than me, so I don't get annoyed with it.
I mean, no one's better than me, but no. I've not been playing Ultimate Team, to be fair. For the first time ever, I started a career mode and stuck to it since I came home Friday, so I've been playing all weekend, apart from watching the sofa in between. And then this morning, after I watched NXT, I set up a play career. I've not played any of it, I just literally set it up, so I'll play it later.
I've been playing Ultimate Team pretty much all weekend, but yeah, so I've been playing that a lot. But like I said, I've not got around to watch. I know the basic of the news, so we can have a chat about No Mercy and Wrestle Dream, but I think we'll leave the shows again this week because we've not touched on the big news come out of some of them, but we won't go into the full breakdown of them because we'll just be reading somebody else's reports on them.
Yeah, no, there's no point. That I'm fine with that. But first off, most importantly, T-shirt you wearing today?
As promised from the last pod, I think it was the PWI one, which is at over 200 views. And just touching that 200 views, why haven't all 200 of you subscribed?
It's shocking, really, isn't it?
It's a bit rude, very rude of you. So I think if you all watch this one, you should all go subscribe now. Yeah. Hit the bell, like the videos. That'd be really swell. Thank you very much. Tell a friend. But yeah, as I said in the last video, share it with everybody. Like, get your mum's phone, subscribe on her YouTube.
Yeah, that would.
She's not going to know no different. It's not going to know any different, is she? But no, as promised, I mentioned on one of the last ones. I can't remember which video it was. Because we did a lot before you went away. about the Braun Strowman shirt,
Mm-hmm.
the Monster Men one, and I said I'd get it in one of the next videos. Here it is.
Smooth.
Like I said,
Don't see many Braun Strowman ones.
It's more like a comic style one.
Mm-hmm.
He's animated. It's one of my favorite shirts I own, actually. Well worn. Yeah. So I've got Braun Strowman, Monster Among Men t-shirt on.
Mm-hmm. And I got Judgment Day. Representing after Dirty Dom lost the North American Championship last night. We'll talk about that coming up. But yeah. So yeah, like NXT No Mercy last night, Wrestle Dream tonight. There's been some releases. There's been a signing by WWE, which I'm really happy about. And just general chat because Riddle's been in the news again. As per. Nothing new there, but yeah. So we'll have a chat. So we'll talk about releases first because when I went away, there was no releases, and then I go away. Oh no, the releases happened. I think 2 days after we recorded a new series that's coming out.
Yeah,
which will come out on Friday. So if you want to watch Matt versus John on WWE 2K23 GM mode, it comes out Friday. So get yourselves onto the YouTube channel Wrestling Fellas 5350 and watch us try and beat each other on there. There's some releases that's happened, and we'll go through them. I'm going to ask you, where do you think they'll end up? Do you think they'll end up anywhere? And do you think they've got a future, maybe to come back to WWE eventually, or a future in wrestling in general? So we'll start off. There's some NXT ones, which I'm not going to go into because I've never watched the people that have been released. So we'll just go through them dead quick. So there's Melanie Brzezinski, Eichmann Gyro. I know who he was. He was on NXT a lot, but he always got beat. He did partner Kushida before Kushida left. Brooklyn Barlow, Daniel MacArthur, Alexis Gray, Bryson Montana. Quincy Elliott has been released. Now, if you watch NXT, he's not been. I don't think Quincy's been on NXT since hosting Halloween Havoc last year. He was a very out there superstar, and I didn't think he would make it. To be quite honest with you, I just don't think WWE will push Quincy in the way that everyone wanted to. Yulisa Leon as well has been released. So now we'll go to the actual people that we know. Shanky has been released. No surprise there, to be fair. Not really been used on TV since the stuff with Jinder Mahal last year when he was against Drew McIntyre?
It was used in the India show
It was
recently.
used in the India show, but I mean, apart from that, he's not been on main TV as he has all. So he went back to NXT to try and hone his skills, but it didn't work. Dabakato, who was the manager, the bodyguard of Apollo Crews before Apollo Crews went back to his own way and wrestled on his own. Went back to NXT, didn't do nothing.
Key feature in Raw Underground Dabakato as well.
Yeah. He got drafted to Raw in the draft.
Just another giant in he that they're trying to get the work. It's not worked.
Mansoir and Marseille. Now, I'll tell you what, to be fair to them, so when they got released, the skits they've been doing on Instagram and TikTok are hilarious. I absolutely love them. Like, they are funny, and they took it in a way where they'll do well. Where if they go to Impact or if they just do bookings and independent shows, they'll do well on them.
Apparently, he's come out and said, Andy Mansoir, that the contract that was agreed with him has ties with the Dubai stuff, that he's not allowed to lose on TV.
Oh,
and that's
really?
That's what's cost him his release, because he can't get beat. So when he got sent back down in NXT, he couldn't be beat on TV, so they couldn't book anything with him because it's been agreed with the Saudis that he would always win.
Well, we always do that every time they went to Saudi Arabia. We always said that's why I win whatever match he was in.
If you look at it now, that's come out, and I've seen it apparently come from him. If you look at now who he beat on Crown Jewel shows and stuff like that, Cesaro.
Mm.
And was it Dolph Ziggler the other one?
I think Dolph was the other.
Yeah. I mean, he was a trainee at that point. They signed him on the first ever one. Then the next one he's beating Cesaro, and then the one after that, Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, he beat Dolph. He was in the Greatest Royal Rumble, 2018. He obviously didn't win that. He came down to the last four, I think, though. Super Showdown in Jeddah in 2019. He was thrown into the spotlight after winning a 51-man battle royal, and then beat Cesaro and then Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, so
That's it. Winning a 51-man battle royale.
came for like top. I think it was at least in the top 5. I'm sure in the Greatest Royal Rumble that was won by Strowman in the end, and then Ziggler and Cesaro.
The Vince is set up for some money, and then obviously it's bit him in the ass when he can't book him to lose anything.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it, if he can't be beat, he's going to be on TV week in, week out, winning matches. So we get to the point where he's won that many matches, he's got to be a title contender.
Yeah. And then he beats Roman Reigns.
At Crown Jewel.
Top dollar.
I'm not surprised. Not surprised recently. He's not.
He's had heat backstage. I mean, to me, when he did that dive and absolutely went wrong, and Michael Cole took the piss out of him week after week after week. To be fair to him, he lost a lot of weight, but apparently after that, he wasn't happy with how WWE went around the whole storyline with Michael Cole taking the piss out of him for what he did. And then they've kept Ashante and B-Fab. I'm guessing they're going to repackage him and do something completely different with them. But yeah, I'm a little surprised because he did WWE Treasures, I think it is, on A&E in the States. He did a lot of documentary stuff for them, so he might stick around and do documentary stuff. But in terms of his wrestling career with WWE, it's done. I don't see I'm going to come back and ask you about certain people, but I don't see him going to AEW with Swerve at all. Swerve is better off without him. The one I'm upset about, Dana Brooke. It was coming. She's been on the hinges for time, but
it's been well overdue, mate. I said that to you when I was texting about it.
I knew anyway. I knew when I knew the releases were coming, I'd turn around to Tomo, shout out to Tomo again, and said she'll be one. She'll be one that goes. She's been riding the luck.
Yeah, she's been riding luck since she came in. She never really did anything. She was brought in because she was a female bodybuilder.
Yeah. And then she was with Charlotte Flair in 2016, but didn't really do anything for her. Riddick Moss has been released. No surprise, he's not been seen since WrestleMania.
I was surprised at it myself though, because he was on a bit of a run.
Was it?
He was over with, not a run as in he was over with the crowd. Madcap Moss was over.
I don't think he was. I think it was just because he was against Corbin.
Maybe. But yeah, then they repackaged him with Riddick Moss, then they repackaged him again to link him up with Emma, who's also on the list, which I'm really shocked at. Cause she's in...
Well, that's the one. We'll go to Emma in a minute, but yeah, he was in the Memorial. So to be fair, he won Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal in 2022, and then won the 24/7 championship, which to be fair, everyone has fucking won. Don't mean anything, unless you're R-Truth, then you've held it the longest. But nah, he's not done anything since he was the lackey of Corbin. And then he tried to break away, and he did do something with teaming with who was it? He teamed, was it with Drew? It wasn't Sheamus. He teamed with somebody for a bit. It could have been Ray. I can't remember, but he teamed with somebody, and you thought this is it. They're going to use him, and they just never did. Elias has been released. Again, no surprise. He's not been on TV for over a year.
I don't get it though. And Bully Ray said it on his podcast as well. Like, the gimmick is, it works.
Yeah,
he's learned to play the guitar for that gimmick. The whole him starting to play his music and someone interrupts it was absolutely spot on. They just don't. There's another name on here which is the biggest one of them all. It's like we don't know the bookie, so we're just going to release you.
Yeah, I think that's most of it. But to be fair, it's probably Vince going, right, we need to make some cuts because Endeavour have said who you're not using. And
But
they've
then,
gone, right, well, we're not using him, so we'll just get rid of him.
would you not,
I'm
if
guessing.
that was the case, company sense, you wouldn't you not just cut a dead weight from NXT? That's not doing anything. It's been there a while.
Well, that's what they've done. They've done both.
Because that wasn't that not.
Like, sorry, mate, go on.
Was that not the thing they said when they stopped bringing independent in? They've got a year to impress them and get on TV, or there's got to be talent, a bag full of talent down there that's been there longer a year and done nothing.
Oh yeah, they're bound to, but then again, you're looking at NXT and you're going, right, well, NXT is not what we used to say what it was. I mean, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love this version of NXT, and I think it if they carry on doing what they're doing and the way they're going, it can be better, and that's a big thing. But the way they're going and the matches they're putting on, because there's not one bad NXT show, there's not one bad NXT event, and consistently, whoever it is in that main event, whether it's Camilo Hayes, whether it's Bron Breakker, whether it's Joe Gacy, whether it's the family, whoever it is consistently great. But
I don't think it will ever be as good as a black and gold version.
I think if they carry on going the way, especially if No Mercy's got anything to go by yesterday, Tiffany Stratton is a fucking star. She absolutely went toe to toe with Becky Lynch yesterday, and it was absolutely fucking great.
There's
You
the reason.
didn't expect her to do. You've got Ilya. Spoiler alert, by the way. We'll give you a few seconds. Spoiler alert on what happened with NXT last night. We'll give you a few seconds. Ilya Dragunov won the NXT title, and him and Carmelo Hayes put on probably one of the matches of the fucking year, which was fucking great to see. Corbin and Bron Breakker was an absolute brawl, which I've got a feeling Bron's staying on NXT and Carmelo Hayes is going up because Bron's still got a feud going with Von Wagner when he comes back from injury. So, I mean, I'm not saying, listen, this is just me speculating because I watch NXT and I know, storylines and I know what's going on, but I think it could be. I think it would ever top the likes of Gargano and Adam Cole or Andrade and Adam and Gargano or Drew and Adam Cole? No, but it can be near it. It could be very, very close, and I mean millimeters.
It might do.
If it carries on.
I think what they need to get over though with the new NXT is they're doing it now with Becky. When eyes aren't on it, they're dragging someone from the main roster down to put eyes on it. So Becky's there now. We had Seth recently. I'm not going to use Baron Corbin because he needed to go down to reinvent himself. Dolph Ziggler went down for a while. Dom. To put eyes on the product. Black and Gold brand. Once it got running, and I'm talking like Finn Balor, the early Black and Gold one. Once it got running and it had stars like Finn Balor, Sami Zayn and stuff on it coming through, they never brought no one down to put
because it was a different thing. It was independent wrestlers that everybody already knew. They didn't need to do that.
The biggest issue with it, though, is they've just stopped independent wrestlers.
NXT's ratings are beating Collision and Rampage. NXT's ratings are beating Collision, which is an AEW's second show, and Rampage, which is only an hour, I think, in it or something like that. But it's still beating AEW's two shows. Raw and SmackDown obviously still beating Dynamite, but it's beating Collision, which is consistently, again, since CM Punk's left, it's been great. There's been good matches, but when it's beating AEW's two shows, why would you change it? Why would you carry on? Do you know what I mean? It's not supposed to compete with Dynamite. That's not what NXT is.
But the next move up of superstars, there's nothing like you just said there. Like Kamala Hayes is due for his move up. Bron Breakker's due for a move back up. It's due. Tiffany Stratton will move up. I know they've got a couple of females in the background, but look at the male. If they take Braun and Camilla Hayes up, then Ilya Dragunov will come up eventually. There's nothing in there that's going to draw people in, so they'll bring somebody down from the main roster again.
Not yet, no. But Camille Hayes is going to get brought up. Bron Breakker's staying on NXT at least for another couple of months to finish the Von Wagner thing whenever he comes back from injury. Ilya Dragunov's going to stay on NXT now for a while because he's their champ. He's going to stay as the champ. And it's going to come to the point where Gunther's still the Intercontinental Champion. And I saw this on Twitter and I thought it was a really good idea to what to do. To keep Gunther with the Intercontinental Championship for a bit. When Ilya drops the NXT title to whoever it is at the time, Ilya beat Gunther for the UK title after his God knows how long reign, 500 odd days it was or something. Ilya comes up and beats Gunther again, and it's the storyline of Ilya always gets the better of Gunther. He's the one person that can actually beat Gunther. I'd like the idea, but if you keep Ilya now on NXT, he's the champ. He's going to be there for a while. You've got time now. Camilla Hayes goes up. Bron Breakker's staying on NXT for a bit. You've got Corbin. Corbin could do with the title to push him up a little bit. Obviously, they're going to build people. Joe Gacy is just absolutely split from Schism now. He's told what's the name, that Schism's no more. It's done. So I don't know what they're going to do with her because she needed Schism more than Joe Gacy needs it. Joe Gacy can do something else now on his own. So now they can push Joe Gacy into something. They've also got people from like the family that can put. There's people there. It's just what they do with them. But I know what you're saying with Elias. He was entertainment. And when he got brought on, people interrupted him. WWE stands for what with Elias kind of shit. It made sense. He's an entertainer, World Wrestling Entertainment. Like I
and if you think back as well,
I did see
he didn't have an NXT build up either. He appeared in NXT once or twice and got dragged straight up.
Yeah, he was on NXT for I think half a year, wasn't he? And then got brought up. Yeah, something like
that. Wrestled very little. He just randomly walked in the background and stuff like that. He wrestled very little. So he could have put him back on NXT for a while. Why he's fought something.
Yeah, he could have done with it. Most of these could have done with it. Riddick Moss definitely could have done with it.
Yeah.
Aaliyah, no surprise. We said it the other week.
It's about 5 years overdue. That.
She's been in the company since 2013.
You've seen it in that Breaking Ground documentary.
Yeah.
She lasted longer than she really should have.
Yeah. Emma was one of the biggest surprise I was very surprised with, especially when they announced Elimination Chamber from Australia and she goes, can't wait to be there, and then an hour later goes, don't matter, I've been released. But that's a bit.
Yeah, I don't get Emma. I really don't.
She had a great match with Ronda Rousey when she came back, and then just got put to the wolves, and she never got used, which I don't understand why. Rick Boogs, again, I was surprised with Rick Boogs, but after what he said once Triple H took over, he didn't really have a chance. But then I thought to myself, you did have a chance because you're at WrestleMania against the Usos. Oh no, that was under Vince, that wasn't it? He got brought back onto the main roster after his injury, and he got a bit of a push, but then kind of.
It's the gimmick, don't it? Triple H is not that sort of gimmick, and that's the issue.
Shelton Benjamin. Again, I'm a bit surprised with him, but again, I'm not. He's just he celebrated what was it, a certain amount of years in WWE the other month, and he was in his hometown, and he did a bit of a thing on Main Event about it. Main Event, that's what they thought of him. He's getting, what is he now, 40, 45, isn't he, or something like that?
Yeah.
So, but apparently there's people backstage at AEW pushing to sign Tony Khan sign Shelton Benjamin. So that should be interesting to see. Ali, not surprised with Ali. I am an asterisk. Yeah, he was supposed to be at No Mercy against Dom. It was advertised, and then whether he had backstage stuff going on. He wanted to be released in 2020 of his contract, and WWE said no, we're not going to do it. He was supposed to be one that was winning apparently the Elimination Chamber instead of Kofi. Before he got injured.
He was meant to be.
So what could have been, Matt Riddle has been released. No surprise. We said it the other week. Like, it's he's made a rod for his own back with everything he does outside. I think if Randy was still around and Randy wasn't injured, I think he probably would have tried to sort himself out, but
I
he
don't
was
know
off the ring.
because I think he's gone too far himself now. Yeah, I don't think Randy would have been able to save him.
Yeah, because last year, was it last year?
Yeah.
Before Randy got injured, he was fine. There was nothing. He weren't doing half the
It's all,
shit he was
it's all
doing.
gone downhill since he got with that porn star.
Yeah, another RVD, innit? And then the biggest one of them all, I'm not surprised, but Dolph Ziggler.
I'm not surprised, but this is the one they're going to regret.
I don't think they will.
I absolutely think they will. He is about to do a Cody Rhodes, Matt Cardona rider. He is about to burn the independent scene absolutely to the ground and rewrite it himself. He's absolute talent, mate. Bags
No,
of
I know
talent.
he is. I know he is. I'm not hating on Dolph Ziggler because I did like Dolph Ziggler, but people say that he didn't get given a chance. Have you seen what he won? I know he didn't get chance after chance after chance. I know, I get that. I totally get it, and he didn't get given the chance to proper shine for the WWE title, for example. But he won the World Heavyweight Championship twice. He won the Money in the Bank. I think he's a 9-time Intercontinental Champion, 6-time US Champion, 7-time Tag Team Champion, NXT Champion, 24/7 Champion. Like, he's won titles. They've not given him a chance. They have.
In recent years, they just don't know what to do with him. And I think that's the issue.
I don't think they regret it. I think this is the one. As much as we look at it now and go, yeah, okay. All we know, Dolph could just stay with doing his comedy act because that's what he's been doing.
I don't think he will. I think because he's close mates with Cardona. He's close mates with Cody. They will both be in his ear and literally tell him, don't go to no show. So I think he'll end up in AEW. I do genuinely think he'll think of in AEW, but I think he'll do a year or so.
I don't think he'll do anything in AEW about winning a tag title with his brother.
I don't know. I reckon he'll do all right. I can be a main eventer there.
I don't think he will. I think they've got other plans with MJF, Adam Cole, Kenny Omega still obviously will be around there back soon. Jericho. I don't think he will. I think the most he'll probably get is TNT title.
I don't. I think he needs to go for a year or two on the independent scene. Absolutely tear it down. Take on Cardona. Do whatever. Let's Cardona and him go to any show. Face each other. He's gonna make more money. Cardona said it himself on his tweet last week.
I saw it.
Something along the lines of, now this is your opportunity to do what you want to do. There's money to be made and a lot of money to do it if you want to do it correctly. And he said his inbox is open for anybody that wants the advice. I think Dolph will hit the independent scene. He will be as big as Cardona out there now. I can't see Impact. Maybe Cody did Impact for a little while. But the independents is where he'll light it up. And then I think it'll be AEW Ring of Honor for him.
I mean, Ring of Honor is a step down, to be quite honest with you. I know people are probably going to absolutely kick off at me for that, but I don't see anything on Ring of Honor.
It is a step down. Anything coming out of WWE right now is a step down.
I mean, AEW is not a step down in itself. If you're on the main roster and you're on Dynamite week in, week out, it's not a step down. But if you get signed by AEW and you're going on Ring of Honor, and you're like, well, I might as well just stay in WWE.
No, I disagree with that, because if you look at stuff that's happened this week, they're giving Ring of Honor a bit of a push now by putting certain people back on it. And you look in the past, FTR's been there.
No, I get that. But I mean, with under the AEW umbrella, it doesn't. I know Eddie Kingston and Cesaro and stuff. Sorry, I'm calling it Cesaro. Don't give a shit. Are on the main shows. But that's because the AEW wrestlers, they didn't get signed to Ring of Honor. If you get signed by AEW and you're Dolph Ziggler, I want to be on Dynamite. That's where I want to be. I don't want to be in Ring of Honor. Why would I want to be in Ring of Honor? I'm Dolph Ziggler. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. But I see what you're saying. Independence. He will make it. He will do what Cardona's done. It'd be even bigger than Cardona because of who he is.
He'll hit Cody levels. So I don't.
Yeah.
Cardona's doing good on the independents, but Cody was that bit above.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he'll hit Cody levels in independent scene.
But AEW, I don't see him anywhere near that main event. I don't. As much as I want him, because I'd love. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to see him do it, but I think they're putting too much into who's already there, rather than another WWE guy coming in, as they've all said, and taking the spotlight. I know he's not. I know he's not CM Punk, and I'm not saying he's anything like CM Punk, but that was the issue when CM Punk got brought in. Everyone went, he's a WWE guy, he's getting brought in, he's getting thrown into the main event, and that's what happened. And I know he's not CM Punk, but
I don't think they'll do that with Dolph. I think it'll be a burn. It'll be a builder. Like I say, they'll tag his brother for a while, with the tag titles with his brother for a while. Like I say, and it'll be a build up, a bit like they've done with Jay White, to be honest. Jay White's been in now for a while, and he's building up slowly, and he's getting a title match against MJF. Would be a slow builder, but I think it'd definitely be main event.
No, I'm the other way. Do you know what? Do you know what? I'd love him to go to Impact, because it's eyes on Impact. I'd absolutely love it if he goes to Impact and absolutely put so many eyes on Impact. Then it'd be so good for Impact itself.
Yeah, but for me, I think Impact it's around that same thing you just said about Ring of Honor. It's a major step down.
Yeah, no, I agree. I do agree with that. But in terms of me just liking Impact, I'd really like to in the main event.
I think as well is
against
I don't know if you've got it on your news thing, whatever. But Tony Khan's in talks to buy a third company. The rumor is it's New Japan.
Guys, he also wants to buy Wembley.
Sweet.
From what I've read this morning, fucking idiot.
If it's New Japan, if you're under the AEW umbrella, you're going to be able to go anywhere in America with the Ring of Honor, Independence, and then you got the opportunity in New Japan. And I think Dolph would be massive in New Japan. I think that's what will make him the main eventer.
I'm just throwing this out there, and I saw it on Twitter, so this is why I'm asking it. And these aren't the views of me and John. Everyone moaned when WWE bought ECW and WCW.
Mm-hmm.
I know he killed him, and he didn't branch out like he did with ECW, but it wasn't the original ECW. Is that not what Tony Khan's doing now? Where eventually he'll just close.
So,
like Ring of Honor, for example.
No, I don't think he'll close them. So with Ring of Honor, they were closed. They were done. Business was shut. He bought them and brought them back to life. They stopped doing it. I can't remember when. It was a couple of years ago. They filmed the last. They were financial difficulties, and he came in and brought it back to life. I think with New Japan, I think he'll help get more eyes on it across the worldwide marketplace, and I do think it's more to help his companies, as in AEW, Ring of Honor, because there's like Forbidden Door. Like with Forbidden Door matches are announced, you're sort of like you're not a New Japan viewer at all, so you're sort of going, "Who's this guy?" Where if he can get it on a TV weekly thing where it's easy for the New Japan guys to come across and cross over, be on a Dynamite or Ring of Honor more often because they're all under the same umbrella. It's more eyes on the Japanese guys, and there's guys out there that absolutely deserve more TV time. So Okada, for example, he deserves more. Trying to think.
Ishii. Not, he's in the top fucking 6 of PWI.
Yeah. But yeah, there's been a lot of crossover with AEW in New Japan for a long, long time.
Yeah, we know that. We've seen it. So, yeah. So, Dolph, you're saying AEW? I'd probably say, I do think he'll go. If he does, I just don't think he'll do the main event. Riddle, do you see him going anywhere?
I
I think it's a CM Punk kind of thing with AEW.
think it's an Impact job, that.
I don't think it is. I think he'll probably just stick to doing what he's doing now. I don't think he'll do wrestling until he's sorted himself out. If Impact had any sense, they'll probably stay away from him for a bit and let him just sort himself out.
So I think Tony Khan will probably do the same. He'll look at it from a distance. He might hit the independents again because he was popular in the independents. But if anyway, I'd say Impact for me.
Yeah. Ali? This is a Ring of Honor job for me.
Or Impact.
Yeah. I probably could. Yeah.
Impact X Division. New Japan.
Oh, that's a good point, that, actually. That is a very good point. Yeah, Impact X Division. Sean Benjamin. Yeah.
New Japan and AEW.
AEW. Yeah. Boogs.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't either. Emma.
AEW.
I think she'll go back to Impact. Aaliyah.
She's done. The reason I'm picking AEW is she's done Impact.
Yeah, Aaliyah, I think it's just one of those that if Riddick Moss can get a job at Impact, because she'll stick to whatever Riddick Moss is doing. Yeah, I can't see Riddick Moss doing anything in AEW, to be quite honest with you. So I think he'll probably do better in Impact, where they both can shine.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Aaliyah. I just don't think she's. I think she'll probably do modelling or something.
Yeah.
Elias.
I reckon Elias could work anywhere.
Yeah,
I reckon Elias is going to work anywhere. So I think. I'm just trying to think what's going on. I think he probably, at the moment, as it stands right now, probably better suited in Impact for a while.
Yeah, I agree.
And then maybe look at a move elsewhere. We'll see.
Yeah. Riddick Moss. Impact. Yeah. Top Dollar. Independent shows.
Yeah.
I can't see anyone wanting to pick him up when the other two are out with him. Dana.
Yeah.
I know you've already said what she's probably going to do, but go on.
Back to modelling in weightlifting competitions.
Yeah. Marseille and Monsoir.
They'll
stick together. They'll carry on being a tag team together.
I think Impact independent shows. I don't think there's nothing. There's no room for that in AEW.
No, there isn't. I agree. Debacato. Commander Aziz.
Yeah. I don't know, mate. I really don't know. With him and Shanky, they're both the same. Yeah, AEW's got a giant. They don't know what to do with. Well, they've got two giants because they got show, haven't they? But
they got Cass as well.
Yeah, and they don't seem to be able, because the guys that they have are small guys. Brian Cage as well. Yeah, I don't know about him and Shanky. I don't know what to do with them. Probably independent. MLW or something like that.
I don't see any more releases. I think that's it. Probably it now. Until next year.
Yeah, I think it will be.
I'm very surprised Exile Lee stayed. I'm very surprised. We said hello the other day. Who was it? Exile Lee. There's somebody else I'm very surprised has stayed. Can't remember who it is. Well, yeah, and obviously we know. I always forget the names. Grizzly Young Veterans, what they called?
Zach Gibson, and I can't even remember his other one's name.
Dave obviously gone.
Yeah.
So they'll probably be independents or AEW or Impact bound. Edge has also been removed from the SmackDown.
So now you've brought Edge up.
And this is what we're going to do.
Dive into a little thing. So Edge has been heavily rumored that he's going to AEW. So obviously we haven't watched shows this week, but on Dynamite this week, obviously Adam Cole's got an injury. I'm going to put my quotations in there now.
Yeah.
Adam Cole's got an injury. And they didn't relinquish the title because MJF's going to defend him on his own in a 2-1 match tonight on Wrestle. Is it tonight on Wrestle Dream?
Yeah, tonight.
Yeah. So he's going to defend him. Adam Cole hobbled off his cast. Cast again and put my quotations up there. And Jay White come out. Bit of a back and forth. Jay White sort of owned the promo.
Yeah, he really did.
He didn't really give MJF any time to say anything more than anything. But fast forward to the end of the show, Jay White's backstage getting attacked by five masked men. One of them wearing the devil mask.
Yeah.
Now, rumors are circling around that man in that mask is not MJF. Well, I've also seen the people trying to say it's Edge. So
yeah, it looks nothing like Edge though.
It's not MJF. It's too small to be MJF.
Yeah.
It's far too small. But it also has been leading around that is Adam Cole. And that's where my quotational marks come in on his injury.
Yeah.
So Britt Baker has shared pictures of him. And there's the scan. And there's only one picture of him, his face in it. And was it the one where he's getting his cast put on, Zoe?
Yeah.
Where Adam Cole's picture shared on.
Yeah, it's a cast being put on.
Now, there's also been things shared that, like, there was a point that mask was hung in Adam Cole's locker.
It was on. There was Adam Cole and MJF are sitting backstage. The mask is on Adam Cole's side. Hung up.
And obviously, the person can't remember who it was. I would love to give him credit to give it this. Obviously, Adam Cole worked as the heel in All In.
Yeah, he did.
He
did the backstabbing thing.
Yeah,
when he hugged him.
He walked out on him last week, and that's when he got the injury.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think it's Edge in that outfit. I don't think they'll waste Edge that way.
No, they won't.
I think this is Adam Cole's heel turn on MJF. Yeah. I think that was Adam Cole, Roderick Strong,
and the Kingdom, is it? Yeah.
And Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, I do.
And I think tonight would be the night where he comes out and he stabs him in the back. And I think they'll work the mask. I think he'll work under that mask for a little while. They'll build up to like him being attacked and Adam Cole coming out with a cast on sort of thing, being there for him and stuff, but it'll be attacked. I think they'll make a super group with the Kingdom, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and I believe Britt Baker. I feel Britt Baker will be part of that. And I have a reason. Britt Baker posted a picture of herself this week in all black.
All right.
Just clutching at straws there. She's normally in colourful white.
She could be joining the ministry.
Maybe, but she normally posts. She's normally in a either a dental outfit or colourful, her ring gear and stuff like that. So it's colourful. For her to be in all black, a couple of days later, when all blacked up, hooded men, masked men, I reckon they'll be making a super group and she'll be in there as well, so they can give her the full heel turn again to go against Saraya, who's now the face. Yeah, I think that was Adam Cole. Yep. I do believe that Edge signed with him.
Yeah, I do.
And I think he'll show up tonight at the end of the Darby Allin Christian Cage match. Maybe. Don't know. Or does he show up at the end of MJF? I don't know.
No, he'll show up against Christian.
But yeah, he's been released. He's now a free man.
Yeah.
And it should be interesting to see where he goes.
Yeah, it should do. I've got the exact same things with the whole masked men attacking him. It's the first thing I thought was Adam Cole. I didn't 1 minute think it was Edge. I don't think you bring someone like Edge into a company. You're not doing that.
It'd be a great way to do it. It'd make a great way of doing it, but you don't. This is one of the things that I hate that people say, but Adam Cole, he's a small man. He is a small man. And you can see whoever is under that mask is a smaller man.
I don't think you waste Edge coming into your company like that, especially Edge. If it was someone like Johnny Gargano, then yeah, maybe. But Edge, Hall of Fame,
But then
multi-time world
I
champion.
I can see the idea behind him wearing the devil mask, the sort of the Brood, the way he started out with Judgment Day. He's got that in his locker, so I can see why people were jumping at that idea.
I can see why people are jumping at it, but then again, you if you think about it without, you think about it properly, and you think Tony Khan just signed probably the biggest free agent at the moment. Why would you waste it on that? You do it comes in and gets involved in something, or there's a big announcement about it. That's what you'd probably do with that. But no, I agree.
Yeah.
It is Adam Cole. I think it's the Kingdom. Riley, not Fish. Fucking hell.
Roderick.
Strong. So anyway, talking about signings, WWE made a signing this week or last week, and I'm pretty happy with it because I absolutely love her.
And if you don't know who it is, it's on our TikTok page, Wrestling Fellas Pod.
Yeah, sorry. I really like Pipe and Evan. I don't know. Yeah, Jade Cargill.
Oh, right, that one. No.
Nia Jax has already been fucking there.
Oh, yeah.
Jade Cargill.
So, go on then, mate. So, Jade Cargill's re-signed. Or not signed. She has signed, okay?
Yeah.
And she is Jade Cargill, because that's the name they have released. Unless they changed it like they did when they signed Finn Balor. They changed it on the screen, he came out as Prince Devitt, and the screen sort of blurred out, and Finn Balor came forward.
I think she's Jade Cargill.
I think she's Jade Cargill, because they've done a lot of promo. They did a promo on SmackDown, I believe, as well. So she's taking the big step up. It is still a big step up.
Of course it is.
Main roster, NXT.
Main roster.
I
agree with Dave Meltzer. I agree with Dave Meltzer, and I can't believe I'm saying this. That you sign someone on the money that Jade Cargill is, you don't put him in NXT.
No, you can't. She's got to go to main roster. I think SmackDown, because that's where they cut the promo on it this week. And the only reason I say SmackDown, Charlotte's there.
So, Becky did an interview the other day and said Raw is missing credibility in the women's division. I think she'll go to Raw. I think they'll build Raw around her and Becky. Because on SmackDown you got Charlotte, you got Bayley, you got Io, you've got Asuka, Dakota when she's fit. I was about to say Emma, then you haven't got Emma. And then on Raw, credibility to beat Rhea, Nia. No, Raquel is injured. She'll probably be injured for another 5 years and come back and get injured again. Liv Morgan's somewhere in the universe injured.
She's taking a bit of a hiatus, I believe.
Alexa is obviously pregnant, so she's not wrestling at the moment. So they've lost Alexa, they've lost Liv, they've lost Raquel, brought in Nia. Becky is obviously doing. I hate MBXT. I fucking hate it. It's so cheesy as fuck. I cannot stand it when she does a promos and she says, "Oh, it's MBXT." No, it's not. Sure, it's not. Anyway, that's just me. I don't like the cringiness of it. I think she'll go to Raw. I think they'll give the credibility around Jade Cargill, probably beating Nia, being the one to beat Nia, and then goes on to face Rhea, and then you'll get Becky and Jade Cargill for the title eventually. I think that's what probably they do. That's what I do. As much as I'd love to see her against Charlotte, I think the end game would be Jade Cargill versus Charlotte Flair at one point at WrestleMania down the line, maybe in a year. But I think looking at it right now, I think Raw is I think that's where they put it. Plus, Raw is the top show. Well, the top show. I mean,
I get what you mean, but I think they'll go for that. I think they're going to go for the Jade Cargill Charlotte Flair storyline as quick as they possibly can. I really do.
It depends who's booking it.
Yeah.
If it's Triple H, it's Raw. If it's Vince, it's SmackDown.
I just think it's what everybody's going to be waiting for. That's the match they want to see with it, and so I think they're going to book that as quick as they can.
But then again, and I like Jade, but is she on level with Charlotte? And probably she probably needs to put a few feuds first to get onto Charlotte level.
I think if they put her at SmackDown, build her up on SmackDown, get to Royal Rumble or after, and then that's the push. The WrestleMania match is going to be her and Charlotte.
Just thinking about who's in the women's division on SmackDown and how many women they've got there, and looking at the credibility of Raw, I'd say Raw, because like I've just named everyone that's on SmackDown. Plus, you got Shotzi there as well. Who's on TV week in, week out. As much as she might not be great, she's on TV week in, week out. Xia Lee's on SmackDown. I know she's not been seen, but apparently she's been injured. She's ready for a comeback. So Xia Lee will be showing up soon, probably getting involved with an Asuka EO thing, Japanese thing, because you know Vince loves his Japanese wrestlers. I don't know. I'd put her on Raw and have the end goal of Raw being her and Becky, and then her going, right, well, I've done Raw. I want to go and conquer SmackDown, conquer Charlotte Flair. And then build it up. But I can see why you're saying, obviously, SmackDown and doing it quick and doing it. But long term, if you're doing long term story like right, and you put her on Raw away from Charlotte for a bit, well, at least for a year, let her feud with Nia, Rhea, Raquel when she comes back. Her and Raquel will be a decent match. Becky. So that's my point of view. Yeah, Jade Cargill signed. I'm happy. It is a big step. It's WWE. It's the biggest wrestling company, well, entertainment company out there.
It's a big step, but is it too soon? That's going to be the question.
Yeah,
because she's only been wrestling, as far as I'm aware, for a couple of years. She trained, and obviously, this is me thinking, and what I've seen online. I think she trained under Cody's Nightmare Family. She came through on AEW as the manager of Shaq when he wrestled Cody. She went away and came back when they brought TBS title, and she won obviously the first TBS title, and she held it for so long. And if you, don't get me wrong, I do like her as a female wrestler, but if you go back and look at her matches, a lot of them are very quick squash matches. Has she got it to go with Bex and Charlotte and Rhea? Well, time will only tell if it was too soon. We'll know if it's too soon. We'll know if they feel she's not ready, if they put her on NXT.
By the way, I didn't watch the hype video on Friday SmackDown for Jade Cargill. I've been away on her, so I've
I haven't watched it. I've just read that there was, because I get the reports, like I've said before, I get the reports after every show on my phone the next day. And I just read that there was a segment hyping up Jade Cargill.
Yeah, well, because she tweeted on Saturday saying a storm is coming, and now fans are predicting whether she'll be called Jade Cargill or Jade Storm. Cargill previously noted that her wrestling presentation was partly inspired by Storm from X-Men. Jade Storm is not a bad name. I wouldn't mind it. I like to keep Jade Cargill, but Jade Storm, I can think of worse names. I can think of worse names they can put up probably in. But yeah, we'll see. I'm interested though. Should we talk about Wrestle Dream? Oh, actually,
yeah.
We'll talk about AEW anyway. What the fuck was that botch by the referee with Moxley and Phoenix?
Oh, mate. So,
and he's got heat backstage now.
So I have watched that.
I watched that match.
I watched that show. I didn't have a good day last Saturday, so I took half a day off work. So I wasn't having a good day. Not going to share that with the pod because it's I don't have to. It's so I took half a day off work and I put it on while I was doing jobs around, just trying to sort my head out. And I sat down and I watched that match. So Marks is not Unseen Stars from coming in the ramp. Yep. That moment, he struggled to stand up. Actually should have been thrown up in that match straight away.
Yeah.
Don't know how he has allowed that to continue on. Don't know how Tony has allowed that to continue on. If someone, I won't say I don't. I'm not a professional wrestler. I feel like we know enough watching it as long as we have done to know ins and out, but we don't. So we don't know what communication's been going on there between the three of them in the ring and what Tony's been told. Tony should have stopped that match himself as well. But it continued on. good match considering Mox was literally west for half the match.
Yeah.
And then he crushed him on the I don't even know what it was. It was a pile driver sort of thing, wasn't it? I can't remember what it was.
It's like a Tombstone Michinoku driver kind of thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he crushed his neck, and he's just like, wow. I don't know. It's
Apparently, I mean, I can't hear it, but someone's turned the noise crowd down, and you can hear Moxley say "count to 3" on the first one when he hit it with the power driver, and Ray Phoenix covered him. Apparently, Moxley shouted to the referee "count to 3," and the referee didn't.
alright. So I haven't seen none of that.
But I personally, I can't find that video. I've tried to look on TikTok and YouTube and Twitter, and there's nothing. I can't find it. But apparently, there's a lot of tweets out there saying you can hear him shout "count to 3."
From that first, like I said, mate, from that first bit on the ramp, and he goes down, and he's around the barricades, and he's falling over and stuff, and he couldn't. It wasn't that wasn't the dramatics of the match side. He physically couldn't keep his legs underneath.
Yeah, no, he couldn't. Yeah.
So at that point, and I think what made it worse as well is I'm sure the medical team is the one sitting where he was falling, and they stood there, and you can see one of them mouthing away at something in his ear, whoever's in his ear. They should have been something happened. Phoenix should have jumped in the ring and taunted for a little minute or two while they spoke to him.
Yeah.
And done their checks. X's should have been thrown up. The X should have been thrown up. That match should have been thrown out for Mox's own safety.
Does this come?
Sorry,
go on.
I think it was just for Mox, for Phoenix, because Mox then went on and did moves, but big moves. And he'd seen stars. Phoenix could have been hurt that match as well.
So I know you don't do Twitter, so this is why I like to fill you in on what's being said about wrestling in the Twitter universe. And one of them is AEW needs a performance center, kind of like something like a performance center for not only the superstars but people like the referees as well, because there's certain things in referees that, I mean, I'm not talking about Aubrey Edwards now, because I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about what the body. I forgot his name. Because that's a rookie mistake. A wrestler is injured, and you can clearly see it, because if we can see it, he can. And I know there's a lot of things going on in the ring, and we're not professional wrestlers, and we don't know what. But you can clearly see something's wrong. Why you're not going, right, Ray? Just stand over there for a minute. I need to check on Mox.
But at the same point, and I'm not defending it, and they need something, and that Bryce, I think he's called Bryce, and there's a handful of them referees who've been refereeing matches long enough now, because a lot of them come from the independent scene, so they know what to look for. I think though a lot of the blame needs to be held on the people in their ears too.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Tony Khan, the medical team, even the commentators can see this shit going on. They're ex-professional wrestlers. You know what I mean? Nigel McGuinness, Taz, Excalibur. JR's been around long enough, so if he was on there, you know what I mean? They're all been in the business long enough. Why aren't they muting their mic and saying something to Tony? Like, we need a ad break, get the ref out to check on him, something or other.
Yeah, I agree.
We need this. So I think there's a lot more ownership to be taken by a lot of people for that. And it's will a PC improve that? Probably would do for refs. A lot of the talent there, they've been wrestling years already, but there's some new guys going in. Yeah, a performance center.
I think they could do something with it. Like, even if it's not like a full-on WWE performance center, if it's just somewhere where you get someone like, I know he obviously is with OVW, but someone like Al Snow in, or even Taz, and they're in the ring and they're going, right, this is how you do you know what I mean? Like, just to hone their skills on the younger ones, rather than Kenny Omega or Chris Jericho. You know, someone like a Sammy Guevara who maybe needs something tweaking and or promo skills. Jack Perry with promo skills could do with that.
Yeah, and I think this is what the Nightmare Factory was. And I don't know if it still is, or not, because I know QT does it more than Cody does, and Dustin. I think that's what the Nightmare Factory was set up as, because there's a lot of the talent goes there to train and come through from there. But obviously, with his ties now with WWE, he still does the Nightmare Factory. He still has shows and stuff, and he still promotes it and stuff like that. But I don't think it is more concentrated on AEW talent and developing them. I think it's just talent development. But if you look what they've got there to step in, you've got Billy Gunn.
Yeah.
Who's been a trainer, backstage talent for years. Paul White, Mark Henry, Jerry, JR,
Jerry Lynn, Dean Malenko,
Dean Malenko. There's enough well established, some of the finest wrestlers of all time in their own categories. Because I won't say like finest wrestlers of all time in the general, but the big men. You've got probably two of the best big men of all time, Mark Henry and Paul White there.
Mm-hmm.
Submission expert into Taz and Dean Malenko.
Yep.
Cruiserweight, lightweight, absolute legend in Jerry Lynn. Taz and Hardcore, Bloods, stuff like that. You know, put money out there and get Tommy Dreamer in. You know what I mean? And help him back.
Lance Storm's with AEW.
Yeah, Lance Storm, Tommy Dreamer. But then you also look at the talent that is wrestling, that is Jericho. Christian. You can go to Mox. I don't think Mox is in that sort of. That's not Mox's sort of forte.
I don't think it is. Yeah.
For what I've read from his book, he's not that sort of person. Stinger.
Yeah.
No one in that company's been around longer than Sting.
Arn Anderson's
there. You know what I mean? There's enough talent there. They might not need to do a full open up a massive, but have something somewhere. Don't even call that training school. Like, let's go to whatever they want to call it. Let's work on you. Let's take you there. Let's build you up. Even that, it's just from returning talent. So let's say Adam Cole has genuinely broke his leg or his foot. Mm-hmm. And if he has, I hope for a speedy recovery, and I know how painful it's going to be when it comes back. So he's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks on a broken foot. That's just to be able to do normal things on broken foot, 6 to 8 weeks. So I've broke the same bones he's broke. 6 to 8 weeks, then he's going to get his cast off for about 4 to 5 weeks. That just walking, and that's going to be sensitive.
Yeah.
So let's say 12 weeks away from the ring, come back. He's going to have to, there's nowhere for him to blow that ring rust off, to test out, like doing the tequila sunrise off the top rope. Because I tell you now, that first tequila sunrise off the top rope on that broken foot is going to hurt.
Yeah, it will do.
So there's nowhere for him to test that. They're going to have to rent a ring out at a random wrestling school. So yeah, I put something together. They don't have to make a big song and dance about it.
Like no.
Performance centers. You know what I mean? Have a warehouse somewhere where your guys can go and work on stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that show was a good show. That in it as well. It was a good show. Of course, it was a good show. My guy opened it up and won his title.
Yeah, they give titles to anyone nowadays, don't they?
While Matt's away, Eduardo Kingston, fucking background. Eduardo Kingston is now a double champ.
Best Eddie in the world.
Yeah, no, I will agree with that.
The first.
I will agree.
And the second best Kingston.
Yeah, okay, I'll let you have that one as well. But yeah, Eddie Kingston is a double champion. He is now the New Japan Strong champion and an ROH World Champion. Mate, if you haven't watched the match, go and watch it. Pure brilliant storytelling. How hard are you, a fucking cock? It was.
I like all wrestling.
You clearly fucking don't, do you? Not bad.
Oh, it just pisses me off. No.
Such a good match, though, mate. There's years of storytelling coming out in that match. They literally go at it, and it was brilliant. We've had that. So, obviously, I've not watched all the shows. We have a new Ring of Honor Trio Champions.
I didn't know they had a Trio Championship on Ring of Honor.
Yeah, a new Ring of Honor Trio Champions. The Young Bucks and Adam Page, the Hung Bucks. They're not the Hung Bucks. They're just the Young Bucks and Hangman Page.
Also, this is where I've seen the rants on Twitter and Facebook and stuff about them getting the titles. I wondered because I thought they won the trio championships already. That makes sense. I've just seen rants about the AEW fans going, "Why Ring of Honor is supposed to be to help people that are not on TV? Why have they given to the Young Bucks and stuff?" And that makes sense because I was like, they won the trio championship off it. They claimed it already.
They're doing what I touched on. Ring of Honor are doing what I touched on with NXT. I don't think Ring of Honor is doing anything viewership wise. It's not televised. It's all on Fight or Ring of Honor app. So to get some more eyes on it, they're bringing down people to put eyes on it. So Samoa Joe's a TV championship. Eddie Kingston's their world champion. Claudio was. Young Bucks are the trios. I don't know who the female champion is.
Athena.
See. But yeah, I think they're doing that to put some more eyes on it, and I think it's to build a bit more storylines with them because Matt and Nick wrestled as solo performers this week. They went.
They'll be in the top 5 pro PWI list next year.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's to get them in the PWI for next year. But yeah, they were solo performers this week, and they were both in matches for contenders for titles. So I think Matt lost his match. It was for a heavyweight championship title shot. And Nick won his. He's got a title shot against Phoenix for the international, which I'm not angry about because they've gone. I've seen them go before in AEW, and it's just meant such a good match. What else from AEW this week, mate? Why have you been away? Don Callis family has a new member.
Oh, Sammy Guevara.
Yeah. Which is then pushed to the bitter rivals from the day AEW started together in Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega.
Did you see that video of Don Callis and what's his name?
Takeshita.
Filming
in Japan.
In New York. Was it? I thought it was in New York. It looked like it was in New York, in Japan, and Kenny Omega's filming it.
Yeah. People
I love it.
Cocky Sabe. Sometimes, they make them out to be bitter enemies. But in real life, they're all friends. Well, apart from with CM Punk. No one likes CM Punk. Zoe's filmed it before. Maybe trouble. But no, yeah. The storylines they're building up nicely to Wrestle Dream, which is tonight. Yes,
we're going to go through the card.
Sunday. We are filming on a Sunday this week.
I know, it's weird.
Yeah. So when I'm saying Wrestle Kingdom is tonight, it is tonight. Obviously, when the pod goes out, it's probably past.
Well, I'll get.
Good show, wasn't it?
Oh, it's fucking marvelous, absolute quality. I can't believe he's shown up. I can't believe it. And she returned as well.
I know, yeah. And I can't believe that he fell like he did.
I know. I can't believe he did that insane move. I
can't believe they actually used a knife.
I can't believe Tommy Dreamer came back and attacked Eddie Kingston. I can't believe it.
Sandman turned up. He just randomly, and R-Truth walked out.
To be fair, RVD is there. Jerry Lynn's there. Sabu's just been there recently. Might as well just bring back the whole ECW fucking crowd here. Taz is there.
Just touched on. I've seen something online this week, and I just want to share it with the guys because I'm hoping they comment below because me and Matt, I shared it with Matt, and Matt found it funny, and I did, and I really want it to happen now. I want randomly R-Truth to come out at an AEW show, grab a mic, declare himself in the Money in the Bank ladder match for someone like MJF to stand there, well confused, and go, wrong show, wrong company. And he goes, what? This is not WWE? My bad. And walks off.
That'd be sick.
I'd never seen it again. That's all I want. Just do it. Vince, Triple H, let it happen. It will be the best bit of wrestling comedic history.
Yeah, it'd be sick. So I'm going to get this pod out on Monday. So we'll probably going to still do a podcast on Tuesday where we'll talk about Wrestle Dream. But we'll go through the matches now.
I don't know about Tuesday. I'll tell you why later. But
okay, cool. So there's 4 pre-show matches.
Okay.
There's the Acclaimed versus TMDK for the AEW World Trios Championship.
Are we doing predictions here? Yeah.
I don't think we should do for these 4.
Well, I would go with Acclaimed anyway.
I don't know half of them. Luchasaurus Nick Wayne is number 2.
I'm going to Luchasaurus.
Josh Barnett. Was he in NXT? No, was he in Tough Enough?
Probably.
Is that the guy that was in Tough Enough? No, it wasn't. People are probably going, what? Go back and watch Tough Enough. There's a Josh Barnett on there. No, it's not. I've just realised who that is. That's fucking stupid. Oh, that's bad for me. We'll cut that out. That's not going in. Josh Barnett versus Claudio.
Claudio. I don't know.
Shane Taylor, Liam Moriarty, Diamante, Mercedes Martinez versus Kojima, Keith Lee, Athena, and Billy Starks. Probably Keith Lee. Just because Keith Lee. Also, have you played as Keith Lee on the new Impact?
No, but have you downloaded Danhausen and Hook yet?
No, well, yeah, I did it before I went away, but I played as Keith Lee and played as the Bunny. Keith Lee's really fun to play with.
I need to do Danhausen because you can curse people, but the curse can backfire and curse Danhausen.
Yeah, I saw it on TikTok, so I'm gonna try it later. So then we got to the main show. Now we don't know what's main event because it's up in there what is actually the main event because it's not been announced yet. But we'll just go what it says here. So Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Bryan Danielson, this match has got snooze fest writ all over it. And it's not me dogging them. They're both great performers. I just think this is going to be them 2 rolling around the mat for 10 minutes.
This is Zack Sabre Jr. running around the mat. And I won't hear anything bad about Bryan Danielson. Adam Page versus Swerve.
Any mate. Swerve.
I'll go Adam Page.
We're not doing predictions, so I just think it does. I don't think it's an end of the storyline. I think it'll do Swerve better as well if he wins than Hangman.
FTR versus Aussie Open for the tag team titles. AEW tag team titles.
FTR.
Yeah, isn't it? Jericho and the Golden Elite versus Don Callis family. I'm gonna go Don Callis family. I'm gonna say Kenny Omega's still waiting for the win.
I want to say Kenny Omega wins to get it over, but I think it's going to be a long storyline. I think there's going to be more coming into it. And I think Don Callis would make more sense for the storyline.
Eddie Kingston versus Shibata for the Ring of Honor World Title and the Strong Openweight Championship.
Eddie Kingston.
See, I would if I thought it was for the Strong Openweight Championship, I would have gone Shibata. Because Eddie came out the other day and said he's not doing independent shows anymore.
Yeah.
Because his body can't handle it.
A shame
because it's for both titles. I am going Eddie Kingston. If it was just for the Strong Openweight title, I'd say Shibata.
Yeah. No, I would still go Eddie because the Strong Openweight's not. It's not an independent. Obviously, it's New Japan, but that's in US.
I still would have gone Shibata, but I'm going to go get Eddie. It's both titles. Chris Statlander, Julia Hart for the TBS title.
Statlander.
Yeah. Young Bucks, Guns, Lucha Brothers, Orange Cassidy, and Hook. Fatal 4-way tag match for a future AEW World Tag Team Championship match. I'm going to go the Lucha Brothers.
I don't... And this is going to be the first time ever I don't back the Young Bucks because I don't think it's going to be Young Bucks. I reckon Hook and Cassidy. Hook and Cassidy or the Gun Club. And the reason I'm going Hook and Cassidy is why would you put a random tag team together, then put them in for a title shot?
Because it's AEW, they do it all the time.
Yeah, maybe. My earphones have just run out, so you might get a little bit of feedback on this.
Oh, okay. I'll wait. East side.
Yeah, I've got no other earphones spare, so we'll have to just go.
Okay. Ricky Starks,
Sorry.
Wheeler Utah.
Say again, mate.
Ricky Starks, Wheeler Utah.
Ricky Starks, Wheeler Utah winning. It doesn't make no sense.
Yeah. Christian Cage, Darby Allin for the 2 out of 3 falls match for the TNT title.
Darby Allin.
I'm gonna go Christian. MJF and the Righteous 2-on-1 handicap match for the Ring of Honor World titles, tag team titles.
I think the Righteous because I think someone's going to stab him in the back, cost him it.
I'll go MJF.
You're just going MJF for that reason.
No, I'm going MJF. I think they'll drag the whole thing out. I think MJF will be shown as the big babyface because he is a babyface now, who can do it on his own. And then I think it'll come down to Adam Cole eventually turning on him. I think they'll just drag it out a little bit longer.
No, actually, the reason I think is he'll lose it and then he'll feel all bad and sorry and he'll be, begging forgiveness from Adam and Adam will come out his crutches but it was somebody else that attack him as the mask on. Just add more mystery to the masked person. Like to try and throw a red herring in it being not being Adam Cole because somebody come out and attacked him and Adam Cole was there with him.
Yeah, fair play. That's Wrestle Dream though.
Yeah, it's on later. ITV4 guys. If you don't want to
on Wednesday,
stump up the £20 for it, they're going to be re-showing it on Wednesday or Thursday.
It was always $10.99 the other day.
I haven't checked the price of it, but yeah.
Let's have a look.
So yeah, if you're listening to watching this on Monday, you haven't watched Wrestle Dream, and you want to, ITV is going to ITV4 is going to be re-showing it for free. I want to say Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not sure.
Wednesday night it is.
So if you want to watch the pay-per-view for free, it's something AEW's been done all in as well. Do it. Why not? But no, mate, it's been an interesting week for wrestling while you've been away.
Should we talk about No Mercy Day quick?
If you want.
Yeah, well, I will do because it's fucking amazing. So if you've not watched the opening package, it was the old No Mercy game.
Right.
And it was someone choosing the fighters, obviously, for each match. It looks like someone's made each one and put them on No Mercy the game, and they've recorded it, and it looks sick. So I highly recommend everyone going to watch the NXT opening video. There was one pre-show match, which was Blair Davenport versus Kalani Jordan, who was with Dana Brooke at the time, and Blair won. It was a really good match though for both of them, but it showed that Blair can wrestle even people that have not been wrestling that long and still put on a good show. But we opened up with Bron Breakker and Baron Corbin. Bron Breakker, Baron Corbin. It was a brawl. It wasn't a typical wrestling match. It was absolutely mint. They were throwing each other through tables, throwing each other through barricades. It was just good. It was like a typical slogfest between two meaty men. It was mint. And Baron Corbin came out on a motorbike. It was sick.
I've seen that, yeah.
It was mint. Then you had the North American Championship, Dominic Mysterio versus Trick Williams. I kind of knew that Trick Williams was going to win. It was the way they've been building up Trick. And Dragon Lee, we'll say Dragon Lee is going to be brought onto Raw to feud with the Judgment Day with Dominic Mysterio. Because they're going to act like Dragon Lee cost Dom when he didn't. But Trick won. And then they had a big thing backstage saying, I've just won a title. Camelo's going to retain his later. And it was like, oh, cool moment. And you actually thought Camelo was going to retain. Awkward. The crowd chanted between "We Want Mammy" and "Whoop that Trick." Maybe that's Trick Williams. And then after it, Joe Gacy told Ava that she needs to find a new family because Schism was done. Then you had the NXT titles, the Family versus the Creed Brothers versus Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo versus OTM. It was a good tag match. It wasn't anything like amazing, but it was a good tag match. The Family won, which I expected to. So to carry on, and then we showed a video package which is building up Brian Pillman Jr.
Yeah, they teased that last week and just before the releases, didn't they? And people were like, "Oh, who's this? Or who was this?"
Yeah.
Because thought it could have been somebody. But when I watched it, and the clips they were showing, I knew instantly it
Yeah.
was Brian Pillman. I hope they do something well with him because he was decent at AEW. Just I think it was one of the ones where AEW didn't know what to do with him. To put him with, they put him in a tag team with Griff Garrison. They called them the Varsity Blondes, or something like that. And
They did.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was never going to work. I think he needs. I think he needs to harness the Brian Pillman name. But I hope at the same point they don't try and just make him Brian Pillman 2.0.
Noam Dar and Butch for the Heritage Cup. Noam Dar won. It was absolutely quality.
I'm surprised with that. I thought
UK
Butch
match.
might have won it.
No, they're pushing Noam Dar with it. And I think they've only put Butch in it because Sheamus is out injured and they've got no tag titles on SmackDown, so they've got really nothing to do for the Brawling Brutes at the moment.
Yeah,
But Tyler Bate was at the ringside with Butch, which was a nice little nod to NXT UK as well. And then you had, which wasn't the main event, Camilo Hayes and Ilya Dragunov for the NXT title. Absolute fucking quality. Like, it is one of my matches of the year. It was so good.
I might give it a watch. I might watch that match.
It needs a watch, mate. Honestly, Bleacher Reporters give it an A+. Yeah, it was. It was so good. Dragunov finally won the title after twice trying and failing. He won it on the third try. The chops by Ilya, and you can tell he's had Gunther hit him in the chest with him because he's been practicing him. And after the match, Dragunov kind of showed respect to Camilo Hayes, hugged him, threw his hand up, and then Camilo left the ring and Ilya celebrated. And then the main event was Extreme Rules between Becky Lynch and Tiffany Stratton. Like I said, honest to God, I've never seen someone like Tiffany Stratton, who's always been doing it for a couple of months, do what she's doing with Becky Lynch. It was so good. If I was to watch any matches on that show, watch that and watch the NXT Women's match because it was so good. And she's doing sent-on bombs through tables. She's running into chairs. She's honestly, she's not shying away from anything, and it would do her so good because when she goes into the main roster, she'll be doing shit like that. So, all for it. Becky won, unfortunately, but I don't know who's going to take it off her. To be quite honest, I think it'll probably be Tiffany again. But I think it'll be later on down the line, probably Survivor Series. I hope they have a match for Survivor Series because NXT is supposed to be getting involved in it this year. So
yeah, can't wait to see Natalya grab somebody by the groin again.
I remember that. But that was NXT No Mercy. It was quality watch. If you got a spare 2 hours, 2.5 hours, it was, go and watch it. Honestly, it was so good. But I'm just going to say a quick thank you to people watching our videos. Like you said before, we've had our first 200 view video on the PWI 500 list. Obviously, you liked me having a big rant about it. So we really appreciate all the views. We just need them subscribers. If you could subscribe, like, share, and comment down below as well. We've had a few comments, as the usual, Tomo.
Hi, Tomo. No. Thank you for everybody that watched the last video. We really do appreciate it, and it may come across that we're moaning a little bit, but we need the subscribers, guys, as well. So if you're watching our videos and you're liking our stuff, because we get inconsistent viewers every week, please give us a subscribe, so we can start to build it up. And we might do stuff for subscribers in the future. We've been discussing it this week. Me and Matt maybe do some sort of giveaway. But that will be for subscribers only. Yeah. And the content we're churning out, like I said, we've said this from day one. We do this as a hobby. Yeah, it's like a hobby, but we would like to get somewhere with it maybe one day. And yeah, we can only do that if our subscribers go up. So yeah, if you're watching this on the video and you haven't hit the subscription button, please hit it for us. Even if you don't watch it again, put the subscription, leave it on as well, because we do have somebody randomly subscribing and unsubscribing all the time.
Yeah, it's really doing me head in.
Uh,
We are constantly putting out 4 videos a week. We have the pod that goes out on a Wednesday, sometimes on a Friday, depending when I can edit it. But I've been putting out the 2K GM mode, me versus the computer, which, if you've been watching, has been pissing me off. So, I mean, that's coming towards the end now. We've got one more video going out, and that's it. Matt versus Adam Pearce is done for season 1. I will be doing a season 2, but now we're going to move on to Matt versus John on Friday. So, definitely get on to subscribing if you want to see that.
If you tune into the PWI one and Matt losing his shit was what made you watch it to the end,
I'm sure John can think of something that can piss me off.
I really, 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 and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, you need to watch John versus Matt in GM mode.
I forgot about
that. You need to. I made him call me a CUNT within a few minutes of the video starting. So yeah, if Matt losing his shit is why you're tuning in, you need to watch them videos. Guys, as well, like we mentioned earlier on, we've got an affiliation with WWE Your Shop. We're just ironing out the last few little kinks in it, so we know that it's benefiting you guys more than anything. So we will be dropping codes, and I think maybe we'll drop the codes at random times as well. We might even do a giveaway on that, something to do with Your Shop. But
yeah,
it will be subscribers only. But as well, subscribe to the other social media. So obviously on Facebook and Twitter, we are Wrestling Fellas. Instagram is Wrestling_Fellas Pod.
Yeah.
TikTok is Wrestling Fellas Pod. TikTok as well is another one it's quite frustrating as the content creators. We're getting the views, but we're not getting the subscriptions. On with TikTok, if we can get 1,000 subscribers, we can go live, and you could watch us do the pod live instead of missing out on the bits that I drop in that makes Matt cringe and cut out.
Yeah.
I tell you what as well, if we get enough subscribers, I will convince Matt in to do a blooper reel of everything I've made him cut out. But it
won't be allowed on YouTube ever again.
It will be age restricted, that one, because
yeah,
I don't have a filter most times, and Matt, that's what takes Matt so long to edit videos. It's not because of the videos; it's cutting my bullshit out. But yeah, thank you once again to 200 and what we on 203. Did you say this morning?
Yeah, it was 203. We're consistently hitting over 50 views. So if at least
doing
everybody
really good.
that watches the videos,
I think a lot of the videos recently have been in the hundreds.
Yeah, they have.
So we're doing good. We appreciate every single one of you. And then we start doing giveaways for us to appreciate you more. We need you to be subscribed so we know who it is watching it. So we know that we're not giving some random person something. So yeah, hit the subscription button and then watch out in the future for some sort of fellas giveaway. We don't have decided what we're doing yet. Remember, we don't get paid to do this. So the giveaways might be very, very small, but it's something for free.
Yeah.
It's coming out of our own pocket. It might just be me, Matt, driving to your house and giving you a hug and driving off.
Well, John will be, because my car won't get us there. So
yeah. But yeah, until next time, guys, peace out. And don't forget, Friday, Matt versus John, GM mode.
Kicking his ass.
Me making Matt scream.
I did call him a